Hello, Professor Moses. This is my second attempt at making this video. Something went wrong the first time, and I basically talked for 10 minutes, and now I have to do it over again. But anyway, this is the role of radio in politics. Maybe I'll do this video more clearly. I felt like I rambled on the last one. Anyway, 1210 WPHT was my first station that I started out with. The speaker was Marcus Rubio, his Republican Party. He talked about why Obama was off on the debate. Reason being, Al Gore says that the so-called altitude made him, I don't know, which is kind of funny. You could definitely tell that it's a Republican station because he was laughing at, Al Gore. He had callers call in and say, like, oh, I don't even listen to Al Gore says because everything he says is BS. But, what general union issues did they talk about? Talked about Catholics calling in. Catholics make up 26% of the voters, and how, like, eliminate poverty, more spending in budgets, social justice, reduce military spending, progressive taxes. He takes calls and feedbacks on, like, what the nun says and what Al Gore says. And he had one caller, a girl in school, wearing a Romney t-shirt, being kicked out of her class because her teacher is a Democrat, and in a so-called Democratic school. And she was like, I didn't even know that there was such thing. And did the host appear to concern himself with the real problems and solutions? Probably, because it's important. The next election will consider, like, what his income will be. If he gets taxed more, who knows, he might be in the middle class. So he's probably concerned about it. What do the programs say about, like, politics and communication and our culture? Politics can say into our communication and cultural skills, like, radio is a one-way aspect, but when they take callers, it can be two-way. That's how we get involved with it, with our culture, and we can voice our opinion in that political debate era thing. Anyway, the second station I listened to was KCMO 710, the Mike Huckabee Show. This is Fox News Radio, and it's fair and balanced what they say. But so they gave little tips about each president and how they think they did in the debate. They said Romney came with specifics. He came better prepared. It was like a knockout more than a win. And Obama was like a scared dog that was, like, whimpering on stage. He didn't have too many specifics. He like jumbled around his questions a lot. And he describes the debate as like a Hindenburg crashing for Barack. And Mitt Romney was very respectful and gracious and went straight to the point. And he was very respectful of Mr. Obama. He called him Mr. President and everything. And he played a Rocky theme song, and he played, like, clips from the debate. So this can be like a cultural way to get across his opinion to us, the viewers, the listeners. And so that could be like what the program said about, like, the culture and how he communicated it through the politics. Is he concerned about the real problems and solutions? I'm going to say yes again because it's the next election. It can, it could, his budget, and it could affect him in certain multiple ways. And that's right. And throughout the show, he had, like, people calling in. He was reading Facebook quotes. He was reading tweets. So this is like another way how we can get involved, like how our culture is getting involved in the radio business and communications. My third station was 990 AM WNTP. This is Dennis Prager's conservative radio station. Well, Dennis was talking at the time. And he mentioned the tax breaks for oil. He said that baby boomers made the new generation selfish because baby boomers wanted to give their kids, like, what they never had. And which is right. I mean, we grew up kind of spoiled with new technologies and stuff like that. He talked about how Romney won the battle but not the war. Like, he's looking forward to the next 2 debates that he's gonna have, and the vice presidential debate. Then a new talker came on, Mike Medved, and he said that he talked about the rally Obama had in Denver and how he's rallied up, and but he's still like stumbling, and he still like doesn't have all his facts right, because he's saying about Romney's $5 trillion tax cut, which isn't true at all, because Romney, he never said this, and Obama still is pushing it by, like, he wants you to believe it, which is, I guess, a way of, you know, going through the culture. He's communicating in a way. He mentions in his rally that the Al Gore altitude thing again, which I believe is, I don't know, Al Gore's a crazy guy. You don't really, not many people take him seriously. He also said that the real Obama has been exposed, and the real Romney came out during the debate, and how he's challenging him, how he came out and is like, he's prepared, he's on task, he's on point, he knows his facts. And then he mentioned the Big Bird issue, and the Big Bird issue does not need federal funding for the government. It makes it just doesn't need it. It makes enough money as is. And Michael Medved saying that when he worked for PBS, he said that the government funding is nice, but is really not needed. My reflection on this whole experience has been, talk radio can get, you know, their points across very deliberately. They can get them across fastly. They get you thinking to their view, and then they'll ask for you to call in. They'll ask for your opinion. They'll talk to you, and it's a great way of communicating. And that's it. And I'm glad I don't have to do this a 3rd time. Alright, bye.